In this video, we're going to break down how to convert square and cubic units step by step. Now, as discussed in my previous video, to convert between units, we use prefixes like kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, and milli. These prefixes help indicate whether the units represent larger amounts or smaller amounts. Now, for a detailed tutorial on prefixes, you can find the link to that video in the description box below. Now, before I describe how converting square and cubic units works, it's important to understand converting linear units. Now, with linear units, each unit is 10 times larger than the unit to the immediate right and 10 times smaller than the unit to the immediate left. And this means when converting units, the number of spaces to the right from one prefix to another tells us how many times to multiply by 10, and the number of spaces to the left from one prefix to another tells us how many times to divide by 10. For example, let's say I want to convert 5.5 meters to decimeters. Well, since deci is one space to the right of meter on the conversion line, I would take 5.5 and multiply by 10 once. So 5.5 multiplied by 10 is equal to 55. So 5.5 meters is equal to 55 decimeters. Or let's say I want to convert 350 millimeters to decimeters. Well, since deci is two spaces to the left of milli on the conversion line, I would take 350 and divide by 10 two times, which is the same as dividing by 100 once. So 350 divided by 100 equals 3.5. So 350 millimeters is equal to 3.5 decimeters. So now that we understand how converting linear units works, we can better understand how converting square units works. Now, converting square units works similarly to converting linear units, but instead of multiplying by 10 when moving to the right on the conversion line, we multiply by 100. And instead of dividing by 10 when moving to the left on the conversion line, we divide by 100. And this is because each unit is 100 times larger than the unit to the right and 100 times smaller than the unit to the left. For example, let's say I want to convert 3 decimeters squared to centimeters squared. Well, since centi is one space to the right of deci on the conversion line, I would take 3 and multiply by 100 once. So 3 multiplied by 100 equals 300. So 3 decimeters squared equals 300 centimeters squared. Or let's say I want to convert 25,000 millimeters squared to decimeters squared. Well, since deci is two spaces to the left of milli on the conversion line, I would take 25,000 and divide by 100 two times, which is the same as dividing by 10,000 once. So 25,000 divided by 10,000 equals 2.5. So 25,000 millimeters squared is equal to 2.5 decimeters squared. Now, to help understand why we multiply or divide by 100 when we convert square units, think of 1 meter square. Now, 1 meter square is simply the area of a square that is 1 meter by 1 meter. Now, if our square is 1 meter square, how many decimeters square is that equal to? In other words, how many squares that are each 1 decimeter square fit into 1 meter square? Well, to figure this out, we'll need to think about both the length of the square in decimeters and the width of the square in decimeters. Now, remember, with linear units, the number of spaces to the right on the conversion line tells us how many times to multiply by 10. And since deci is only one space to the right of meter on the conversion line, we take 1 and we multiply by 10 one time, which equals 10. So the length and height of the square is 10 decimeters, giving the square an area of 100 decimeters squared. So this means that a square that is 1 meter by 1 meter contains a total of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 squares that are each 1 decimeter squared. So this is why when converting square units, we multiply or divide by a power of 100, because the area depends on both the length and the width. So now that we understand how to convert square units, we can better understand how to convert cubic units. Now, converting cubic units is similar to converting square units, but instead of multiplying by 100 when moving to the right on the conversion line, we multiply by 1000. And instead of dividing by 100 when moving to the left on the conversion line, we divide by 1000. And this is because each unit is 1000 times larger than a unit to the right and 1000 times smaller than a unit to the left. For example, let's say I want to convert 4,500 centimeters cubed to decimeters cubed. Well, since deci is one space to the left of centi on the conversion line, I would take 4,500 and divide by 1000 one time. So 4,500 divided by 1000 equals 4.5. So 4,500 centimeters cubed equals 4.5 decimeters cubed. Or let's say I wanted to convert 7 meters cubed to centimeters cubed. Well, since centi is 2 spaces to the right of meter on the conversion line, I would take 7 and multiply by 1000 2 times, which is the same as multiplying by 1 million once. So 7 multiplied by 1 million equals 7 million. So 7 meters cubed equals 7 million centimeters cubed. Now, to help understand why we multiply or divide by 1000 when we convert cubic units, think of 1 meter cubed. Now, 1 meter cubed is simply the volume of a cube that is 1 meter in length, 1 meter in width, and 1 meter in height. Now, if our cube is 1 meter cubed, how many decimeters cubed is that equal to? In other words, how many cubes that are each 1 decimeter cube fit into 1 meter cube? Well, to figure this out, we'll need to think about the cube's length in decimeters, width in decimeters, and height in decimeters. And remember, from our earlier example, that 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeters. So the length, width, and height of our cube are each 10 decimeters, giving the cube a volume of 1000 decimeters cubed. So this means that a cube that is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter contains a total of 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000 cubes that are each 1 decimeter cube. And this is why, when converting cubic units, we multiply or divide by a power of 1000 because the volume depends on the length, width, and height. If you like this video, please subscribe to Mr. McLean Math. And also, be sure to click all so that you get notifications when new math videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching.